Alright, welcome back everyone. We're still in clan space, and this mission has apparently given us a bit of a rainstorm, so if I turn my camera, it goes away. But then every time it holds still, we just get absolute sheets of rain dropping in. So,
Our target is within sensor range.
good. So it's a convoy ambush. So we have the vehicles there. It looks like the denial zone is over on our right, so they're going to cross this way and through, which isn't that bad. And because of the weather, apparently our heat sinks are going to be even more effective than usual. So that means we can really get in with just opening up fire even on our toastier mechs. Should be quite nice. We did start a little bit farther back than I would like, starting a little bit outside the map with some of our slower mechs. A little unfortunate. So by means of escort, looks like they have a 95 tonner and a 100 tonner up that way. I don't care about those as much at the start because it looks like there are 6 vehicles in this convoy, and that can be annoying to get through. So they're reserving down more than likely. Nobody has eyes on anyone else. And let's see, let's come in here and grab our Super Griffin. And because we do have such wonderful rain, we can jump and jump and jump over and over and over again. So let's go ahead and get him moving up. I want him going sort of that diagonal right side. See if I can pull the attention of those 2 heavier mechs with them. Right now, let's get the Jaeger mech. Not great sight lines on this map, just by the look of things right now, so we're going to get him moving up and sensor lock that tank that moved a little early. So it's a Vargar APC. We've stripped it down to 1 evasion from 3, which is, yeah, it's not crazy, but it does help. And let's see, yeah, not spectacular accuracy, but we're going up pretty high on resolve, so next turn we will have a precision strike, so I'm going to turn off the improved heavy gauss. We'll keep our hit percent up pretty high with that. Everything else we can just go ahead and unload, and let's fire 1 AoE, 1 Art 4. Just try to scatter around a little bit of damage on that Vargar. Both the ER lasers do miss, but that's okay. We landed some good shots with the missiles, at least, yeah, that right side. Did take about 40 points of damage, which, I mean, hey, you gotta take what you can get sometimes, right? So we'll come up here with the Red Reaper, and let's go ahead and pop our first defensive formation. Next, we have this now on 2 mechs, not just 1, so we can actually hopefully keep that up. Not necessarily constantly, but pretty darn close. Slapdash has it, and so does Bomb Squad. So the Death Strike is sort of in the same position where I want those AC-10s, well, the Ultra AC-10s next turn to not have any recoil, but that 63% chance is, oh, that is very nice. We're going to turn them on to, well, let's turn off one of them, and the other one will fire at normal on 2. And let's go ahead and shoot in. We do miss both shots, even though we had, 63% chance to hit with each one. Which is fine. We'll have the other one without recoil and that second gun with recoil on our next turn. It looks like the terrain is not exactly great for crossing over right here. It looks like that's actually impassable terrain. A little bit annoying, but where can I get a good shot? Let's see. Yeah, too far away with Ultra AC-20. We want this guy to be moving up as fast as we can, so I'm going to try and get him around back onto the road, and that's okay for right now. I don't think these guys have moved yet. They will have line of sight on us probably from those other tanks, so if they have long-range missiles or things like that, they can bring those online, and an incidental shot pounding into our Atlas, it was meant for the Jaeger mech, which we'll have to keep in mind because that Jaeger mech probably can't take a full complement from some of those heavier assault mechs too often without getting a little bit unhappy. So, let's see what we can do here. Well, we could switch in. Well, yeah, let's pop a Battlelord. Decent accuracy on the ATMs. Let's see if we can open up. No structure exposed, unfortunately. Yeah, so that went in right to the center. Well, the front, I guess, of that tank. And we still have the Ebon Jaguar. So let's come up here with the Ebon Jaguar. All we can land there is the tag. Will we be able to land anything else? Yeah, okay. So McWraith and the Ebon Jaguar does actually have a precision strike already, which is a little bit impressive. That might be a bit of a bug, or... Oh, okay, they're in high spirits, so it's a reduced cost, that's why. Alright. So we land the tag, and we land those missiles, and it's not quite enough, and I'm a little surprised by that, to be honest. I had thought, with how much we'd gone through the side of that tank, we would have been able to take it down. But, yeah, 17 left. Not very much. Very frustrating. So that 80 tonner is a gargoyle. We can't see the 95er or the 100 yet. What do we have moving on 6? That looks like that's the Jaegermech. So let's go ahead and get you over this way. Keep you in the woods for a little bit of extra damage mitigation, which is pretty nice. And go ahead and open up. I don't think we'll need to shoot more than that. Yep, one vehicle down. Oh, so there weren't 6, there were only 5. Yeah, good to know I can count. Looks like the one on the back is probably pretty light. Well, no, he looks slightly armored. That model looks tiny, but that little guy with that fragile steel siding has 125 side armor. Fair enough, I suppose. We could let them move. Yeah, let's do it. So what I'm thinking here is we can get, hopefully, within range of that. Oh, that's a lot of evasion. It's times like these I wish we had artillery, and we might be building out an artillery mech here soon. I have a long tom that I would like to put in. I'd almost like to try and go double, but those things weigh 30 tons a piece, so try finding a mech that has 60 tons of free tonnage and moves anything faster than at 3.5. Good luck. Even the 100 tonners, that much free tonnage before ammunition is not easy to get. Anyway, so Atlas taking second large laser. Not exactly what I had wanted, but that's okay. And, oh, it's a Bane. I don't recognize that, but holy cow. How many Ultra AC2s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 Ultra AC2s on that. Oh, shit. So Timberwolf, despite having 6 evasion pips, takes 2 autocannon shots, what looks like both the same arm. So we are going to have to be quite careful about that. Oh no, same leg. Interesting. So we're going to pop Vigilance, and then we're going to do, hopefully, what this mech does best. Yep, that's that rear angle shot for retaliation. I'm not too worried about them moving before me on the next turn, because that Vigilance will move him up by 1 priority. And let's go ahead and get some sweet revenge here on this Executioner. Yeah, that's a dead mech. He hit us with 2 AC-20 shells, though, both in the same leg. If not for the additional damage mitigation from that pilot ability, probably would have lost the leg on that Timberwolf. Or at least had it open to internal structure by more than a slight margin. So I think what we'll do now, we'll see how many people we can. Oh yeah, that's very nice. That's, yeah, we're gonna go right here. And let's see, let's pop defensive formation again. And then we'll do an active probe ping and strip evasion from all of those guys in range. So that's all 4 left in the convoy, plus the 80 tonner on the side as well. I am worried about this Bane. We need to get rid of him as quickly as we can. And I think a good way to do that might be to get within melee distance pretty soon. That'd be at least a good bit of fun. And so we can go into him, but this is where it gets to be a little bit difficult, because keep in mind, the mechs are not our primary targets, and if any of these vehicles get to the denial zone, and they're moving pretty quickly too, right? That's maybe 3-4 turns max. We have to kill all these guys. Then we do not get paid, and I like getting paid. Getting paid is good. In fact, it's significantly better than not getting paid. So we had to run through a spore cloud there, not my favorite thing in the world, but let's go ahead and open up Sila's Boros Cistern. And we do have enough to kill it, which is nice. So that's 2 down, 3 remaining. And I don't think we'll need the full number of turns there that we have before they'll get in, but I mean, it's kind of the point of saying that we're doing it right. So let's hop up right up top here. So my first jump wasn't really that great. I kind of expected they'd drift more to the right than they eventually did, but that's okay. It happens. Yeah, you know what, since we have a little bit of time, let's go ahead and put a little bit of hurt on this gargoyle, because those clan lasers can dish out some decent damage to us, and let's see. So we'll be on the move, and if we go into Precision Strike with the Atlas, not great odds. Okay, that's pretty good. So our best odds look like they're on that last vehicle, and we're going to switch from the AoEs to OpFors just to try and really pound it home. Turn back on the Improved Heavy Gauss and let loose. We land it. Yep, that's a dead vehicle. So if that Improved Heavy Gauss lands on a vehicle that light, I mean, it opens up a spot, and then the missiles do the crit seeking that they're supposed to do. So we did unfortunately jam. Of all the times to jam that gun, that was really not the one that I had wanted. What happens in... okay. Yeah. Okay. So we don't want to get stuck in that spore cloud. But the Death Strike at least has some pretty heavy armor, and we're going to go in here with a Precision Strike. And let's see. We could shoot after the Vargar, we could shoot after either of those, but I'm thinking that I want to pound into this gargoyle. It's a little heavier. Oh yeah, we probably took off an arm there. No, interesting. We should be able to knock him over before he gets a chance to go, and the Vargar is moving pretty slowly, so I'm not terribly concerned there. And we'll just go ahead and continue our revenge tour with that Timberwolf. Teach them to shoot at him, and actually hit. So I do want pieces from this mech, or at least to preserve some of the Ultra AC2s, and we have a bit of a conundrum. If I shoot for that CT, we're going to get 1 piece from this guy. If I instead shoot for one of these torsos, we'll lose a lot of his Ultra AC2s. So, okay, we're going to just go right for that CT. Hopefully we'll get a bunch of guns from this mission. That is dead mech. We did get a torso destroyed and an arm destroyed from an ammo explosion. A little bit unfortunate. We overkilled a little bit, that's probably the reason why. And let's go ahead and see if we can finish off that gargoyle. Because we do have better cooling than usual, let's just open up. Try for the head cap. Not really important if it doesn't happen. Yeah, okay. That pilot was the professional who sometimes hops in and taunts you. For pilot talking off the game, wonder how your Leopard would look with a few missile holes in it. Signals coming from off-planet who aren't even in the mech. That's great. Dude, that's pretty fun, gotta admit. Okay, so at this point all we have left to do is kill those 2 convoy vehicles, and let's go in for a kick with our Red Reaper. 112 damage off the kick, and let's see what else we can get. Fair number of the lasers, not all of them, but wow, that looked pretty cool. That's what I'm here for anyway. Let's take a look at the damage locations. So mostly on the right hand side. Let's take the Super Griffin, let's move up a little bit, and open up. Hopefully this should be close to enough to bring that guy down. Not the best cooling in the Super Griffin, so much of the weight does go to his jump jets, but yeah, he still cools pretty well for all of that. Rear angle shot, there's worse things. His armor might be light enough there that if we get lucky with our clustering, I mean 220, it'll be a reach. We do have streaks on this guy. Yeah, no, not quite enough. We do get a tag mark though, and yeah, that scattered well and truly around both sides, which just annoys me, but you know, what can you do? So we'll move so we lose the obstruction and fire in everything we've got. There it is.
Found, Commander. I'll meet you at the LZ.
Alright, that's the mission. Nice and quick one. I think this will finish up our time in clan space. But thank you guys for hanging around. See you again real soon.